Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Oh my god, my hair is just all over the place. Well, I've been working. Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. Alright, I think what is this? Update number 9? 9 times. Something like that. Anyway, main theme of this video is I want to show you my big hole. That's right. Did some cutting today. If you can see up behind me, I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, there used to be a wall up there, remember? You can see the beams there of my pole barn. Yeah, got a hole in the back of the truck now. Got to do a little bit more, and I wasn't able to get down as far as I wanted to because this is why I keep saying I have to take this one small step at a time, because I don't want to cut major supports. I don't want to cut wiring. You know, I'm trying to leave the main integrity of the truck intact. This is why I chose to go only out the upper bunk area, because that's the fiberglass shell. There's not much to that. And as I was suspecting, there are no wires in where I had to cut it out. There's wires just above it. There's wires just below it. But I picked just the right area. Gonna go down just a little bit further, and I'll show you all this here in the video in just a second. So, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go as low as I want. So again, tonight now, I'm having to kind of rethink my whole structural plan. And this is what I've had to be doing. I get a certain amount of work done every day, and then I have to spend the night. I do my updated videos, and I have to then rethink the whole logistics of how everything's going to work. And so that's where I'm at now. Luckily, I'm glad I didn't buy the big cross members, cross beams, and everything I was going to use to hold the main structure up, because now I'm having to change my plan just a little bit. Alright, I don't know if you can see that up there, that light's in the way. I started with a couple of pilot holes, just to get an idea of where this is going to be pushing through the back. Yeah, it's too hard to see. That upper light gets in the way. Just to show you, I was being safe. There are my safety glasses. Just don't have them on right now. Wearing my Snoopy mask. How about that? Well, we've got a hole, baby. We have a hole. There it is. Look at that. We have a hole. Now it's going to go down farther. I just wanted to get it out around that frame. So you can see right along that frame edge. First, I did pilot holes and then put the blade in there. But it is going to come down further. We're going to go down, if I can, to just above these bolts in the wall. But this is the start. At least we have a hole. And it's clean. I didn't cut any wires in the process, so that's the good news. That damn overhead light's in the way. But you can see the hole in the back of the truck, upper back of the sleeper. There's that whole panel. I just flipped it out and rested it on the tire. I'm going to pull it down here in just a minute. Alright. There's the upper rear wall of the truck. Now sitting out here in the pole barn. How about that? It's a pretty paint color. You can see where I did my pilot holes just to kind of test and see what I'd be dealing with. But looking back, look, there's a giant hole in the back of my truck. All right, well now you can see a little bit easier without, so focus, come on, there you go. That overhead light. Yep, big hole in the back of the truck right there. Yeah, baby, destruction. All right, pulled out this little facade that's down here below where I cut. You can say I knew I had to go a little bit lower, but I wanted to just follow the contour of that because I figured that was all hollow and fiberglass, which it is. You can see in there, it's just hollow. That foam was just there to hold it. But there are other things down in there. See, bolts, and there's this metal bar going across, which is, if you look out here, about right there, that I'm going to have to deal with. So this may be right here where I'm pointing, this top of this lip, as low as I can make the thing come through. We're just going to have to see. I'm going to cut this off tomorrow right here at the edges. so I get a little better idea in the daylight what I'm looking at. And be able to see inside here just a little bit better, especially down each side. And see what I'm dealing with. I don't want to cut main supports on the truck, which you can see are like this panel going across that holds up this thing. That's where the upper bunk was attached. You've got some main supports inside the wall there. Don't want to mess with those. So I had hoped to make the platform. Here's that bolt that I was going to use to hold things on, right about this high. It may have to go up to here. And maybe I can just build the platform on either side and let that little hump be inside and cut a slot in the mattress or something. I haven't figured that out. This is where I got to do some more thinking tonight. But we got a hole! Yeah! Now that I've gotten to this point, one thing I wanted to do is these upper fairings right up there going on up are going to come down because the paint's peeling off of them. That's due to the stack being right there. It superheats that. Every Coronado, Columbia, Century you see out there, the paint's always peeling off that top fairing. This is the passenger side. See, it's even worse. Up at the top you see the silver, the aluminum underneath, and then that black that was kind of the base behind the paint, and almost all the paint's gone up there. So these are coming down. I'm going to bring them to a local paint shop, and they're going to redo them. They're just going to redo them in black, because they said to match the paint would be too hard, so I'm like, black is fine. Well, now that I've taken out the hole up there, I can access the inside bolts that are holding the brackets on for those upper fairings. So this, again, is part of the things I have to do one step at a time. Now I can reach inside that wall and undo those bolts and bring them to the shop. And then when I finish the job, I'm going to put kind of some of that, that button vinyl that you see all over inside here as my cover for the gap. So you won't see the inside of the wall. But that way I can unscrew it and still have access, because they probably won't have that done until November sometime. So that'll have to go back up after the whole project's done. But at least that way I can undo the little thing, get into the wall, put the bolts back on, and get those fairings back up. So, like I say, I got to think through every part of this little process here. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot has been happening, because part of the reason is because I'm doing daily updates. So you're not, not that much happens on each video. But remember, this has just been barely over a week that I started this thing. If you go back and look at the videos of the truck and the interior of the truck before I started this compared to what we have back there now, which is basically an empty box and now a hole in the wall. So, I have actually made quite a bit of progress, considering it's just me doing this. I really have no help at all. So, at least now, we're to the point where now I have to, like I say, rethink my plan for the whole structure, because I'm not going to be able to go down on that rear wall as much. So I've already kind of got an idea in my head. I think I just have to get taller boards. I was going to do a 2x8, 2 inch by 8 inch by 8 foot, and then cut it to the right length on top of the bottom of the wall up there. But my other option was to maybe notch it down so it can drop down a little bit. At this point, I'm not sure that's going to be possible. And if I notch down a 2x8, about half of that would be notched, and then I'm worried about the integrity of the board. So I think I may go up to like a 2x10. This is where I'm going to think things through here for the rest of tonight. And then still notch it so it can kind of sit over that opening in the wall, which will be a few inches lower than you see. Then I think that'll still give it enough integrity, because it's got to hold up, these two main beams that are going to be up there are going to hold up that whole rear section that sticks out about 34 inches. So it's got to be the main support for that. So I'm rethinking that tonight, and tomorrow I'm going to go start buying the lumber and doing the initial main support of the build. So tomorrow we'll start the whole build process. All right, that's it for tonight. Like I say, a quick update just to let you know where I am. I just had to show you the big hole. Yeah. And yes, there will be some actual construction going on tomorrow as I start putting up my main beam supports for the whole upper bunk situation and the part that's going to stick out the back. So construction will be beginning. We're getting to that point. Like I say, it's just been a little over a week, and I'm just one guy. And I'm still trying to spend time with the family doing things. And trying to help out. And of course, anytime drivers, this, anytime you come home, there's always a honey-do list. You got to tackle some of them too, don't you, if you want to keep peace in the house? Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. As always, please comment and like if you'd like to. I get to your comments pretty much on a daily basis right now while I'm doing this. Clutch Trucker on Instagram and Twitter. Again, I haven't posted anything on that recently. I'll try to do that again. And there is some Rusty coming up, all right? So, as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty in just a second. Out. All right. I'm going down there. He's going down there. I wouldn't. Up. Now Rusty spotted my younger son Ben.